All right, we're back here on TexAgs Live. We're presented by David Gardner's Jewelers, Rollo Insurance Studio, hanging out still at the Holistic Planning Cool Zone. Our next guest was a walk-on, a scout team player, Aggie Hart Award winner, Ryan O'Brien, joining us here on the program to talk about A&M football. And, of course, he's got some cool stuff happening around town to help kids reach their full potential in athletics. What's up, Ryan?
How you doing, David? Man, thanks for having me, man.
So I got a rule on this show, and I've told you this before. You know this rule, right? Nobody can look stronger than me on the show, but you show up and, like, you're wearing an extra large shirt that looks like you're wearing a medium. I don't like that. You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Good,
pretty
man.
Good.
Let's talk about this A&M football team. What have you seen from them? Obviously, the 7-0 start's great, but what stands out about this team?
Yeah, to me, David, I think what stands out to me is this, how the coaches are able to make adjustments in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a big difference maker. And I think there's a lot of competitive energy. A lot of guys are competing. Like, you look at the running backs. I mean, those guys are really competing, and you can see they're working as one. Every time somebody scores, you see guys running off the sideline, running from the sideline to congratulate everybody. Those are some of the things that kind of stand out to me. I think Elko has really enforced his mentality on the players. I think the times I went to practice during fall camp, he's really on the guys. And I think in the NIL world we live in, I think you got to have a coach like that, where the players don't feel entitled. And I feel like he does a great job of just having that type of hard-working type of disposition for the team.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the second half adjustments. That was actually my question yesterday at the press conference. I was like, I know the defense didn't play well. I know that, right? But every game this year and going back to last year, you see these adjustments that he makes. Even in this game, while they scored a lot of points, they did limit some of the running that we saw. They ran for, what was it, 74 yards in the first quarter, and then in the second half, I think it was just around 50 yards. So, that also includes the sacks that lost some yardage. That being said, he is a master at this chess piece part of it.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a difference maker for him compared to Jimbo. I think he makes adjustment based on his personnel. And I feel like it's a very tough thing to do as a coach, to not just do what you want to do, but do what's best for the players. And I think for him, like generating rushes on the defensive side with the backers, and he even brings like corners to come off the edge to bring pressure. I think that makes a huge difference. Understanding that his front four can't necessarily always bring pressure. I think that's a big deal for him. And another thing I was just thinking about for us with Elko is that they're also he's going to always push to be the best. I think even though they won on Saturday, I think he was kind of a little bit, didn't feel the best after the win because he's a defensive coach. And I think if you have a strong running game and a great defense, you're always going to be in games, even if it's on the road, even if it's in the hostile environments. And I just think for him, they're always going to have a really good defense. And that's going to keep them competitive in all those games.
Well, speaking of the running game, which you know a lot about, last year, if you look back at it, it was Amari Daniels, because Le'Veon was hurt. And then you had E.J. Smith, who wasn't fully healthy. You look at him this year. E.J.'s healthy. He looks great. Amari's not even getting that many touches, but you know it's coming, right? You can count on him. Reuben Owens is healthy. And you got Jamarian Morrow healthy. So, like, as much as I want Le'Veon back, and he is elite, I think they can handle it for the next few weeks.
Yeah, they can, for sure. The running backs are really good, for sure. But the reason why they can handle it is because of the O-line.
Yeah, there you go. They deserve that credit, right?
Yeah, the O-line is moving the line of scrimmage, in the words of Coach Turner. They are moving the line of scrimmage. And, I mean, if you watch the Arkansas game, they're moving guys like 2 yards off the ball. I mean, before, Reuben Owens even got the ball. I mean, it was already a 3-yard game before he even did anything. I remember watching number 23.
Jamarian Morrow.
Yeah, during their scrimmages they had during fall camp. That dude was amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, they're going to have to play that kid. They're going to have to play him. I mean, his versatility for his receiving, how quick he is. I mean, he's hard to get down. I mean, he's He's elite, man. He's going to be a great back. I mean, he's one of the best backs I've seen as a freshman. I think he's better than Owens when he was a freshman. I mean, he's going to be elite for sure. And the way that their run game is, and the way Klein runs his offense, I mean, they got a stable in there. It's going to be there for a while.
Well, as a back, what does it mean when your coach is like, we got 4th and 1, we're going for it? I don't care if we're on our 34, we're
Right.
going for it.
Yeah.
As a back, you got to love that.
Yeah, for sure. And I think for the O-line, that gives them confidence. In some plays you'll see, they'll get a first down, and they're like high-fiving each other. They're really excited. And I think as an O-line, more so than running backs, I think O-line is the most important position on the field. If the O-line feels confident that, hey, we can make this play, whether it's 4th and 1 or 3rd and 2, I think that makes a huge difference. And then another element that I think we're not talking much is how Klein, he sets up the run game and play action game.
Mm-hmm.
There was a play at the goal line where he had his guy in pistol. So when you're in pistol, the defense can't determine which way the play is going to go, right or left. And they ran, they had pistol, they did a little fake dive to the running back, and they ran a play action with the tight end going off to the left. I mean, that's hard to defend. So he has a lot of stuff working on top of the fact that they got a really good run game. And I think that cost us last year against Texas. If we had something else to run at him when we was down in the goal line, we might win that game against Texas, so.
What about the maturation of Marcel Reed?
I think the biggest thing that I've seen, even this year, is his ability to hit the deep ball.
Yeah.
That ball like he threw against Florida, I mean, that was a elite ball he threw. He's very accurate at this point, and he knows when to run. He's a true dual threat right now.
Are you, let me see how I want to phrase this. Are you concerned about the defense, or is it maybe, look, they didn't have their best day and that quarterback was just balling?
You know what? The defense, yes, I am concerned. But what gives me hope is Elko is a defensive-minded coach. And I really feel like Saturday, you ever play, your soccer background, right? You ever played a game where your team wins, but you don't do as well?
Yeah.
You're happy that the team won, but internally you're like, dude.
We sucked.
Yeah, we sucked. I really don't feel good about this. And I think that's how he feels. And I think the defense feels that way. I think they're going to have a chip on their shoulder. They're going to work hard this week. So that gives me hope. But no, I don't think it was just Arkansas. I think those run fits were really off. I mean, those guys were running for 40, 50 yards. That is a concern.
But this seems like a fixable concern,
It
right?
is, for sure. It's for sure fixable. I don't think it's a personnel issue. I just think they had the wrong fits.
Was it sloppy? Was it making the wrong decisions? Because it felt like sometimes they would go too far in, right?
Yeah, I really think the quarterback and his ability to run with the ball, I think really hurts you. Because if you think about it, if you have 6 skill guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
That 5 linemen. If that 6 skill guy can now run the ball, that's a totally different dynamic. Like with LSU coming in, their quarterback's not really going to be a factor in the run game. So I think you'll see those run gaps going to be shored up. Now it's going to be, can we get down their number 29, the running back that they have, and can they defend the pass? I think that's going to be a bigger issue going into Saturday night because defense travels. You got defense, it's going to be able to travel, but the quarterback run game, I think, really hurt them. But they're going to see that throughout the rest of the season. South Carolina has a good run game. Arch Manning he can run it. He did it last year. And then I forgot who the.
So, I mean, South Carolina, Missouri,
both
for Beulah can run a little bit.
Yeah.
But they're not Taylon Green.
No, for sure.
Because he's a different level of animal. Now, Lenore Sellers can be.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
They're just not having the year that they expected to have. What about, you talked about defense traveling. And typically the answer is yes.
Yeah,
But in this year's micro snapshot, they gave up 40 to Notre Dame.
yeah,
They
yeah.
gave up 42 to Arkansas.
Right.
LSU has not scored. I think they're one of a few teams that are ranked that have not scored more than 24 points. They might be the only team, actually, that
Yeah.
hasn't scored more than 24 points. So defense travels, but will it travel to Baton Rouge?
Yeah, like I said, I think that they're going to have confidence going in because they have defended this quarterback before. Another issue is that they're playing on the road. Average players usually don't play as well on the road. So that's another thing to think about. So I think they're going to have to score early. The defense is going to have to get confidence. Like I said, they're going to have to be able to generate rushes. They have to do run blitzes, which they are able to do at home. So that's going to be tough. I think at Notre Dame, I think they didn't really have a true identity at that point. And I think the quarterback run game hurt them against Arkansas. So we'll see. Honestly, I really think it depends on York, what the linebacker's going to do. York, I think he had like 2 tackles this past game. I don't know if he was sick or something like that, but he really didn't play well.
You know what I think, though? And tell me if I'm wrong here. You've played the game. I haven't at that level. Like, the speed of Taylor Green, to me, made Torian look slow.
Right.
And he's not slow, right? Like,
Right.
relative, everything is relative. But, like, relative to Taylor Green, he seems slow.
Right. Yeah, I think with that, they didn't do a good job of sealing the edge. I think he was able to get out into to the perimeter a lot, and I think that hurt. And he's not a real sideline-to-sideline guy against a guy with that type of speed, so I do agree with that for sure.
7 wins, 5 left. What do you think? Is this team a playoff team? Can they win 3 out of their next 5 games? Can they? Yes, they can. Will they win 3 out of their next 5 games to probably get them in the playoffs? Will they win 4 out of 5? Will they struggle? Because November's where they struggled last year. How do you see the rest of the season playing out?
Yeah. Well, I think the best thing for those guys in there is that they're all young. So they haven't been an Aggie for 15, 20 years.
Yeah. So, they don't have the VAR.
So that's the great thing about that. So they don't have to worry about the pass or anything like that. They're going to have to win 3 games to get into the playoffs. Can they do that? They're going to beat Sanford. So really got to
win 2.
They really got to win 2 games.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll be able to beat LSU at LSU. That's a tough task for anybody to win that game. They don't even have to win that game to say, hey, they're a national championship contender. But what they're going to have to do is play well and make it a 4-quarter game. Because what they're going to have to do is by the time they play Texas, they're going to have to be clicking on all cylinders. Them winning against LSU doesn't necessarily say they're going to be a national championship contender, but that last game against Texas, I think that's going to prove how they're going to play going into the playoffs and those types of things. I think they should make it to the playoffs because they've proven enough. I think that Notre Dame game showing what type of grit this team has. Like if they get down early, they're going to have the grit to come back. But I think they're going to just have to play well on Friday, on Saturday rather against LSU. And for me as an Aggie, for us as an Aggie, I think for us, we just should enjoy the fact that they're number 3 in the country right now and not necessarily think about, oh man, if they lose on Saturday, if they don't play well, just enjoy it, man. We haven't been this good in 30 years. I'll give you a little analogy.
Yeah.
This spring, my boys, they play baseball, and my oldest son, Jordan, he pitched in the championship game this summer, and I was nervous. I was like, God, can he do well pitching this game, and can they win? And man, God told me, he said, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just enjoy him pitching in this championship game, him pitching strikes and having fun. And they end up losing like by 1 run. At the end, they play this team from like the Galleria. And I'm going to do the same thing with the Aggies, man. I'm just going to enjoy it. It's a 4-quarter game. Just enjoy it, man. Enjoy that number 3 ranking right next to him on the logo. And we should do the same thing.
Yeah, enjoy the journey because
Yeah.
it doesn't come around often,
No.
right? And then if you don't enjoy it now, when are you going to enjoy it?
Right.
Right? Like when?
Right. Right.
So before we get into what you have going on,
Yeah.
this is going to sound like I'm not enjoying it, but I'm enjoying it. But I do this thing where I do a math problem, okay? It's simple math, right?
Yeah.
I think to myself, all right, you got these next 2 road games. If you win one of these next 2, I'm just doing math. Win one of these 2 road games, right? Just one.
Yeah.
Take care of business at home. You're in.
Right.
Am I simplifying it too much?
No, I really think, honestly, as a coach, I think they're thinking about that. They're thinking about, okay, what's our best case scenario? What's our best chance to win? Should we play this player who's like 75, 80%? Like, those are the things I really think as a coaching staff they're thinking about.
Yeah.
Because I think the ultimate goal is to get into the playoff. Because you get into the playoff, anything can happen in the playoffs. And I don't think they want to, like, utilize all their bullets on Saturday either.
Yeah.
But that's a great way to think about it. I think that's a wise way to think about. But I also want to say this though. You can't say, "Oh, we can beat Missouri, so let's not try to beat LSU," because if somebody gets hurt in the fourth quarter against LSU, that
affects Missouri.
Yeah, it affects Missouri, and we got to beat South Carolina. That's non-negotiable. But we got to get those, those whether it's LSU, Missouri, Texas, we got to win those 3 games. South Carolina is a no-brainer. We got to win that game.
Got to win them. Hey, talk to us what you have going on because you have some cool activities over the next couple weeks.
Yeah, so as we talked about in the past, we have Jireh Fitness, which is my youth sports training, performance training business. We'll start back up with a winter session, November 2nd. And what we do, we train kids 4 to 7 years old. We work on beginner movements, helping them get fast, working on whether they play soccer, flag football, baseball. And that goes at 1:30. Then we have a 2 p.m. Group, which is 8 to 13 years old. We do more advanced movements. And it's basically just helping improving their skill sets, improving their running mechanics, improving their change of direction. And we're really taking off, doing really great stuff in the community. And it's fun stuff. It's just be 4 weeks for this winter, for the winter program in November. Then we'll have another program, another season in January, which will be for 8 weeks as well if you can't make the winter program.
I've seen it. I've been out there when he's training. He's got so much passion, loves being around the kids, talks to them at their level. It's great stuff. Ryan, you're the best, bro.
I appreciate you, David.
Thank you so much.
Yes.